Yo guys, what is up? As here once again with another Exos Heroes video. Today we're going over the special dungeons, what you can expect for them, and maybe I can help you a little bit towards clearing them successfully. Let's talk about it. Alright, so because it's a fire day and I have made my decision towards pulling on the FC Annie banner, I think it's a good time to do it. FC Annie, you probably have noticed, due to the recent buff, she got insanely popular. She's a great counter in the arena for mostly the Dragonblood related heroes, but she can overall help you progress further in arena. She's great on the monomos, that means the Shelter of Avarice, and overall she's a great character to have. She looks cute, so let's get into it. I will pull 5 times. If I get her, lucky. If I don't, well, nothing to cry about. So let's do this. So we're going to do a skip here once the door opens. I don't know, like, it's just superstition like anything else, and skip. And usually I don't do pulls a lot, but I'm kind of excited to see what I can get. Oh. I got an FC. She's also a fire unit, if I remember correctly. No, she's an ice unit. Cool, I have not played with her. Alright, so that's definitely a good start. I don't even know what to say. That was incredibly lucky. And the pull is not over, so we still have a chance. I really want to get FC Annie, but this was amazing. And we got Tantaloo. He's a new character for me. Alright, so that was definitely an amazing pull. So let's continue with that. Especially in ice units, I struggle with like the non-support type or non-attacker type. So having a chaos unit is definitely great. And let's skip this there. So what else can we get out of these remaining 4 pulls? And we got another 4-star. Adams. I really wish I had the FC Adams, but overall Adams is kinda okay, especially on the dark dungeon days. I haven't built him out yet fully, so I don't really know what to expect for him. Legger, another healer in the light faction. I have already Sybil enhanced to the max. So 13% of maximum health, 27. She seems like a mini version of Talia with an additional revive. So depending on your situation, I think Talia is overall the better healer. But Legger definitely has her place. Deva, another great unit to have. Another great FC unit to have if you have her by any means. Okay, I already had my Deva. So let's go. We're on our last 3 pulls. I'm definitely happy already with what I got. But you never know. The chances are there. It's all RNG, there's no guarantee for what happens even if you pull once, twice, or 19 times. I don't want to pull 19 times on her, so... Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Please! Oh my god, this is even better than an FC Annie in my opinion. Oh yes! I was looking so hard for a machine tank, and I thought if I get regular Ulum, it would be amazing. Oh my god. So she pairs so well with my FC battery. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, we will go over her after I collected my thoughts and we have done our 2 last remaining polls. I should stop here because now the chances of... Oh, I skipped at the wrong part. Now the chances of getting an FC Any are basically nuked into the ground because my RNG is gone, but maybe we ride the wave. Another new character, another machine type. I'm so lacking on machine type, so that's pretty good. In this game, there's really only a few characters that will not benefit you overall because it's a hero collector, and due to the special dungeons, Karen, another great character to get and another one that I didn't have. So due to the mechanics of how the game works, where you need special sorts of characters, be it 3 stars, be it 4 stars, it's good to have a large assortment of characters. So definitely happy. Okay, I could have gone without him necessarily, because he's really rated super badly and he gets worse. I think, yeah, that should be the last one. He gets rated super badly and it gets worse the more time I spent in the game. Like, the first time I saw him, he was rated at 2.1 and now he's down to 1.7. So yeah, I could have gone without him. Zephyr, he's alright. I already have a bunch of him. And I don't know. This was supposed to be my Annie pull. I'll start another really cool unit in general. I already had her. So that's it for my pulls. Let's just open all those. Oh me. I have to bleep that out. I have to bleep that out. This was supposed to be my FC Any video. That kind of switches the whole video up a little bit. So while we're already at it, show me some love, smash the like button, and if you are not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well to always be up to date with my videos. It would help me out so greatly. Let's move on. Alright, I hope you didn't mind the interruptions of the summons that we got, but here we get into the actual topic. So as you can see here, all these special dungeons have some sort of conditions to enter. So depending on the day you have, it's a different element. So it rotates through, and fire is probably one of the easier ones because there are so many strong fire characters out there. And with the new FCs, so you have FC Xeon, FC Magi, FC Annie, this should be a piece of cake if you can fill out the 2 other conditions that there is. Sorry, another plane. So if you can manage to fulfill the other conditions, this is one of the easier days, just because there are so many strong FCs paired with it. So Rare Ranger and Fire and Male, and Rare and Paladin and Fire and Male. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out what the different like Paladin and Ranger types are, because they are not really described when you are clicking on the character itself. It just doesn't say it. So for that you need to go in the journal. So let's quickly go into the journal to show you where to find out what these are. I will link a document in the description below and also pin a comment so you can find out what characters you need. Okay, we have Jean here. So you need to look at his hero story to find out which type he is. You can see here he is a ranger, he's of the type fire, he is a rare, and I think, what was the last one? I think chaos. So he is position chaos. So this is how you can find it out, but as mentioned before, I will link a document where everything is explained and you don't have to randomly search through all the characters. So once you have these characters, you want to get them to at least 4-star 60, because these dungeons are hard. They are not just easy dungeons you can go through without preparation. So for some of the areas, you have the option of having a secondary character which shares the same attributes than the first character, but most of the time you only have the choice between like one character. I unfortunately don't have any of the FCs that make it super easy, so again my tip is bring them up to at least 4-star 60 and equip them with something to make their overall survivability a little bit stronger. Especially in fire, like I don't have any healers, so it can be pretty tough to do it if you don't have the right heroes. If you have them, it's pretty much a walkthrough. So why do you want to do the special dungeons in the first place? It's all about these stars of fate. These stars of fate allow you to craft equipment. You can't craft weapons with these, the weapons come from the Dragon's dungeon, but all the other slots. And you want to get the armor because it allows you to equip additional Guardian Stones. And that's basically your way onto endgame. You only have 3 of those battles per day available. You might know that you can stack up on the passes, you could even buy more passes. I could have up to 9 passes, but you can only do it 3 times per day, which is in my opinion great, because it sort of closes the gap to the higher end of paying players and towards free to play or lower spenders. It's a really good addition. The drop rate for the Stars of Fate increases depending on the different dungeons, so there's certain thresholds. I think in the Blessing Sanctum you can get up to 24 if I'm correct, but I will overlay something here so you can see the exact numbers there. And yeah, special dungeons in general are a great way to improve on your roster because it kind of forces you to build an extensive roster and something to work towards, so you don't always use the exact same heroes, which makes it really great in my opinion. You want to do this as many times as possible, and most of us won't be able to do a quick battle. Even repetitive battles on auto will be hard to achieve, so you might need to run them through manual. If you do your special dungeons regularly and get the Star of Fate, then in the Door of Creation you will see this fated equipment other than a weapon. So you need 5 of them for 1 chance. So you can do this almost every day. However, the expected rewards is not just fated, as you can see here. You will be able to get down to rare equipment as well. The chances are similar as for the fated weapons. So you also have this mileage, which you need 80 of, and that's 400 of these Stars of Fate. And equivalent to the weapons, you need 4,000, but the guaranteed one is 2,000. For the equipment, it's only 200 for a guaranteed one, and the mileage you reach at 400. So in average, if you pull 200 out of this, you will get maybe 1, maybe 0, but at 400 you probably get 1 and get the mileage, so you also get 2. Again, RNG, you could get nothing, only the mileage, but you could also get 3 or 4 or 5. In my opinion, it's the better way of using your stars. Don't go for the guaranteed one, gamble a little bit. In the end, you probably gain more resources from doing this. Let's quickly jump back one more time for the special dungeons. So as you can see here, the expected reward is basically the same as on Maniac, but at least from what I have personally seen is I get better rewards from the special. This might be a little bit biased because, again, it's from my own experience. I haven't run any of those numbers, but whenever I do the Maniac, I get lesser of these books than when I do the special one. As you can see here, the conditions are different for every one of those different challenges. So here you have 5 fire element, and 2 of them need to be rangers, rare and male. Do I have them? Yeah, so I have both of them. So it's pretty good to have a larger roster. So next up, you should always check what the abilities of the enemies are in order to fill out the rest of the slots for your roster. So here you can see it's a support ice type unit with, there you can see the HP that it has, 68,000, so that's what you need to break through. And that way you can sort of focus what you want to bring. So for here, just because I don't have a lot of choice, I have to go with my nukers, but this helps me to narrow down who I want to nuke first. Also, make use of the break system. It's really important to break characters to reduce the damage that you take in. Break the characters in order of how they go next. You can see the turn bar at the bottom. One thing I should mention is that the first wave is always the hardest because you don't have mana. Once you're past the first wave, it's not that difficult anymore. Alright, this wasn't supposed to be a guide or anything of that sort. This should just be an introduction why you should do the special difficulty and some small tips on how to actually get through them. Let me reiterate that again. First of all, check out the document linked in the description below to make sure you have the heroes that are required for all these different special dungeons to fulfill these requirements. Second, level these characters up to at least 4-star 60, and for some of them you might use them more often. Maybe you use them in PvP, like for example this Otard girl. She can hit pretty hard in PvP. Her FC one-shot, so if you have her FC, that would be even better. Get them to a state where they can survive. Number 3, depending on what type of roster you have, try to figure out a balanced sort of team. So here I don't have any healers, so my goal is to nuke the enemies as quickly as possible while taking the least amount of damage. Number 5, depending on the element, you need to make use of their guardian stones. So for fire, everybody gets mana once another member of their team crits. And as you guys know, once you broke a firestone, every attack will turn into a critical hit. So this will be a huge burst for the mana increase that you get. And then lastly, it's not a tip, it's just the overall reward structure. The Stars of Fate drop in different amounts depending on which kind of dungeon you're heading into, and I will overlay the exact numbers here again, so that's where your priority should be in. If you can't do them all, try to do the ones with the highest drop chance that you can and clear them out. Eventually you want to do them all. This will overall help your account's progression because some of these rare characters, while not necessarily the best, they can be used in other areas of the game as well. Be it the explorations where you want to get as many rewards as possible, especially for the rares that you need for these champions. For your airship battles where you need legendaries in order to progress, so you want to get them to a good level in order to increase your points. Monomorphs, there are certain heroes like Annie, like Adam, or tons of other shelter investigators that can help push your damage further than even, for example, a Maggie could. Like my Scarlet puts out almost equal damage to my Maggie, although she has lesser equipment and a lesser level, just because of how her passive works. Alright guys, that's already it. I hope you enjoyed it, especially the summons, and could take something away. Again, this was not supposed to be a guide or some sort. It's just meant to help you get into the right mindset and know what to work on next for the challenges. If you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing, hit the like button, it helps me out a lot. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Until then, enjoy the grind.